all good.
God wouldn't ask. You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them.
I'll never join you.
He told me enough. He told me you'll kill him.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
You underestimate my power.
Yeah.
Don't try it.
Don't try it, mate.
Do not try it. It's hello.
Yeah.
And once again, it's that podcast that you sort of listen to.
Yeah. When you want to. It's like Doctor Who. When it actually tries. When you try.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're just going to bring John Barrowman back.
There we go. And then there's an extra 30 subscribers.
John Barrowman actually played Matt in episode 1. I don't know if anyone knows that.
Oh, that's behind the scenes spoiler.
You can get excited now.
You can get excited now.
Fuck
When is he coming back? I'll get excited when he comes back.
End of series 13, probably.
Oh, I was also referring to Matt, but
Oh, so was I.
End of series 13.
We're on season 2.
Series 2. Oh, okay, only 9. Oh dear. Make that another 20 for you. Yeah, 20 something years.
Yeah, you know, it's all the good things. And so this is your gateway to the nerdy news and geeky gossip on the interweb.
The Key to Time.
Oh, the Key to Time's good.
That's going to be the next series, maybe released. Oh, I'm just saying that.
Apparently there's a rumour that season 2 is after season 20.
So season 20 next, and in series 2.
Well, because it's the same source that we've had for the others that have turned out to be right. Sorry, hi, Nerd Bible Podcast, episode 83. Connor's here.
Yeah, hello. Yes, of course.
Connor's here as
the
always.
one and only.
Yes. And we're just going to ramble on about Doctor Who for a minute. So they've said...
Whether you like it or not.
They're the ones that have said season 14, which is since it's come
happened,
out. And then season 20 is meant to be after that.
Which would be
And
good. Yeah.
There's rumours that it's season 2.
Which he's only missing the Crusade. Mm-hmm. Which could be a good way to animate that one.
Yeah. But then they'll obviously sell it separately as well, because, you know...
Probably cash grab.
We're the BBC. We love money, especially because we're putting the licence fee up.
Oh, yeah, they are. 3 extra quid? 4 extra quid?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, unimportant journalists will say that it's going to go the way of Blockbuster. But it can't, because it won't, because Blockbuster was a dead format.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
And plus, Netflix isn't exactly the best example of a streaming service, because they perfected the model and everyone else has stolen it and done it better. Disney Plus has 26.5 million...
Already?
Billion subscriptions.
That's before the UK.
Which drops March 24th.
Yeah, something like... How many weeks? 1, 2, 3... Something like 7 or 8 weeks.
Very, very much so. Very soon. Lots of things.
Whatever day the 24th is.
So is it still a Friday? I assume it is.
So basically it's like 8 weeks and 2 days.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about when Disney Plus comes out, even though we sort of are. But we've got our roundup of stuff, and we'll talk about the BAFTAs as well, because that's the main thing that happened this week. Cause
The BAFTA... I didn't even pay attention to BAFTAs. I forgot.
Did you not? Well, I watched it, and I have the list on my phone, so
list.
I will read it to you, Connor.
Yes.
And we'll go through that, because there weren't any big releases in our wheelhouse in the cinema last week, and
No.
Birds of Prey comes out in 2 days. So
Yeah. I was going to say tomorrow. Yeah.
So that's when that happens.
2 days. And so does Doctor Dolittle.
Doctor Dolittle, which we'll see how good that is. So we'll talk about that. We'll probably talk about more Harley Quinn next week than
100%,
Dolittle.
100%.
We'll probably just laugh at how bad Dolittle is.
Yeah, it'll be a cringe fest.
It might be fun. It's Robert Downey Jr.
But then I haven't seen Eddie Murphy's one. I haven't seen the original.
First one, good. Second one...
It's not like a Dracula thing where they've done it every few years or something. Dolittle. The mythology of Bram Stoker's Dolittle.
No, I think it's just, it was a comedy, and now they're like... But Robert Downey Jr. in it, he'll make us loads of money.
Yeah.
Which we'll see how well that works out. But also, it's your birthday tomorrow.
Yes.
For those who don't know,
Happy birthday to me.
Connor will be 65.
Oh, yes.
1,000 years old.
65.9 in the...
Year of our Lord, 2463 AD.
2463. That's a good year.
That is a good year. If you're listening to this podcast in the ancient ruins of planet Earth, welcome. We've probably stopped by now.
On the set of Wolfen 55. On that alternative reality.
Yeah, we are actually. If you're living in Autumn 55.
Oh, that reference though.
That was a good reference.
I know, but I'm annoyed.
But it was like Is it the Autons? No, it's not the
He's
Autons.
like, no, not the Autons. He shot it down
If
straight
that
away.
had literally come out to be the Autons, I'd have been like, yes,
Finally, but no.
a story with the Autons that's not like bad.
Well, not generic, but it was
The
different.
background. They were in the background. For
They
thingy.
were in the background, yeah. But no, not to be.
I mean, they were technically in Love and Monsters because they just redid the events of Rose.
Yeah.
It's like the Autons
Yeah.
are in the background of shot.
Oh, well.
Anyway, before we chat
dear.
who,
What?
let's do the news.
On BBC One.
Well,
BBC
welcome
Red
to
Button.
the BBC.
BBC Red Button.
We'll start off with Disney Plus.
Of course.
As
The
we do
corporate
nowadays.
overlords. Yeah, we're contracted to.
So we know the whole Disney live action remake. Blah blah blah
Um,
blah 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 blah.
Regimen, scheme of things.
Scheme,
It is a scheme. It's a movement. The live action movement that they're doing.
Rebellion. Because no one actually wants them.
Siege.
The siege
Of
of
live action,
the remake
yeah.
siege of Disney.
Yeah.
The Lilo and Stitch confirmed live action remake that was confirmed a few months ago is heading straight to Disney Plus. It's going to be a Disney Plus
Oh.
exclusive.
Okay.
And
Not off the
here's
actual
some made up fan art of Stitch.
Oh, gee. It's worse than Sonic. It's this freaking gremlin.
It's literally a gremlin with blue fur.
It's a gremlin.
But there's still that's all of that's in that version of Stitch. Like that's you can see all of that in there.
Oh, yeah.
That just looks like that's going to terrify some
The
kids.
face of nightmare.
Lilo and Stitch is sort of the one I don't want.
It's a kid's thing. That thing looks
Oh,
literally like a
Hannah.
nightmare. That thing looks not kid friendly.
Looks like it's going to keep some people up at night.
no, genuinely.
Let's be
Jesus.
real.
I weren't expecting that.
And I think it also is a statement of intent of the quality because that's basically
It
a
is
direct
now-
to DVD.
It is now quality over quantity now for Disney. That is their way of thinking.
Disney Plus is
Clearly.
Disney Plus is the new straight to home media release.
Oh, pretty much. Yeah.
So
yeah,
does it say that that's automatically going to be a
bad.
bit of a crap one?
Who knows? Oh, well,
Or dares
is
to
it not have
dream?
it doesn't have a release date yet, does it? Or
I think
is it one that's out like
no,
as
it's,
soon as
it's towards the
next
end.
month?
It's towards the end of the cycle, so we won't actually
It'll be like a Phase 5 Marvel movie. It'll be like 2022 or something. It should be like that.
something like that. I don't know.
And then
I don't-
halfway through it, they'll delay it, and then they'll redesign Stitch to make it look like the actual Stitch.
And then they'll do a patch of it because Judi Dench's hands will be visible in shot.
Yes.
Not on Stitch, just on their own. Just Judi Dench's hands will be edited
Just
into
randomly.
every single.
Every single like non-experiment, every human in the movie will have additional Judi Dench hands sticking out of their eyes.
Sticking out their eye holes and their earbuds.
That'd be terrifying.
It would be. It looks shocking. And do we want it? No.
No,
Please, God, Lord Jesus.
I just want to see the original and just let that be in my memory.
Forever.
Yeah, and nothing else will change it.
Obi-Wan, the Disney Plus series, is
Yeah.
to bring in the Mandalorian and Clone Wars writers to help fix
yeah.
their ailing script issues.
Dave Filoni and the other one.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
That's
I
what he's
can't remember
that's what
his
he's
name.
credited as.
The other one.
The other.
The other.
The Hand of Omega.
The other.
Oh, Davros. I'm far more than just another Obi-Wan Kenobi spin-off. Also, the rumoured episode count's been dropped from 6 to 4.
Yeah. Is it still hours or 45 minutes? Is the runtime? changed?
I don't think they've confirmed any of that yet, so
Any-
we'll find out when that drops at some point.
It's essentially a movie now.
But it should just be a movie anyway.
Yeah.
Because Obi-Wan himself, Hugh McGregor, has come out and said, yeah, there's a bit of retooling going on around, and they still get it out when they said they would, which is funny because they haven't actually said a release date.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they'll still get it out then. It's a shame because I love Ewan McGregor. I love Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is the best part of the prequels.
This was his slow comeback, starting with Doctor Sleep in October. This was like the slow comeback for him.
The
I
Ewan,
thought.
the Ewan McGregor
Ewan
resurgence.
season, yeah, legit. Order 60 Ewan.
The Ewan renewal.
The Ewan renewal.
The renewing our interest in Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know.
Reunion.
Because Mandalorian's been so good.
Oh, it's great.
Is
Yeah.
it just destined that something in Star Wars is going to have to be shit to balance it out?
Oh, if we're going by fate, then yes.
Always two there are. No more. No less.
Yeah.
A critically acclaimed streaming series and one that's really shit.
For every positive, there's always a negative.
Every action must have an equal and opposite reaction. because
Exactly.
wow, Owen Wilson's been cast in Loki.
Oh, damn, has he?
Yeah, in a major role.
Oh, right, okay.
Undisclosed.
Obviously it's not major then, because we haven't told us.
Undisclosed at this moment
Yeah.
in time and space.
Huh.
Wow. I think the internet
Wow.
collectively said
Yeah.
when he was cast.
Yep, that meme. Wow.
Because we got a look at the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, very, very briefly.
You know,
I
the
feel like-
universe is expanding was the tagline. We got
certainly.
looks at Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and even less of
Even
Loki.
less of Loki, yeah, legit. It was just him going, the line, whatever he said. Was that one
Falcon
line?
and Winter Soldier we saw the most of.
Yeah.
We saw glimpses of US Agent in his costume. Because when he's running onto the football field, because
He
he's
is
basically
Captain
the
America,
American
yeah.
government saying, "Here's your new Captain America."
Oh, right, okay.
We see Sam throwing the shield,
Yeah.
putting it out of a tree,
Yeah.
doing a manly handshake with Bucky.
Yeah. And then-
Bucky short hair, that was nice.
And then gunshots.
Yeah, Baron
Yeah.
Zemo's face.
Yeah.
We didn't see the mask in the trailer, did we?
No.
No.
The mask. Not Jim Carrey weren't in it, no.
Yeah, Jim Carrey was in the background just going, "What do you do?"
No. It's a movie I need to watch.
It is, but we'll see how that looks. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think, interests me the least because the one that I'm really looking forward to is WandaVision.
Oh, 100%. Now that I've seen it, yeah.
Especially the way that the trailer made out the different eras of sitcom, like with the
Yeah.
60s, 70s, 80s, 80s/90s, and then the modern day. And you had black and white vision.
Yeah.
You had the pacifiers, so you
lights.
saw that potentially the kids that I forget what their names are.
Hulkling and Wiccan. Or Wiccan and
Wiccan-
Speed.
Speed and Wiccan.
Yeah, Speed. Hulkling is the romance that I think Wiccan ends up with.
So Wiccan and Speed.
Oh, the sons.
Are they just Falcon or are they Falcon and Scarlet Witch? Because I know Falcon does have a family where it's just loads of not Falcon,
Yeah,
Vision.
it does say.
Yeah, Vision fucks Wanda. Sorry,
Yeah, that's a
that's a
what
spin-off.
if. That's a what if.
That's a what if. Yeah, we still know we didn't get any glimpse of what if, which was.
No, I know, which is a shame.
But then these are the only ones that are sort of continuing the universe. They're sort of, you know,
Aside
you know,
projects, if you like.
they are what ifs really.
They are what ifs. They're
But,
what if themselves.
And we got a small glimpse of Loki in a
Very tiny
prison
glimpse.
overalls that seemed to suggest an obscure comic group. On Loki,
Skybound Entertainment.
Loki is seen wearing a shirt that reads TVA, which obviously may stand for the Time Variance Authority, an organisation of timeline monitors who oversee time and space.
What? I did not know about them.
So they're basically, you know, the testicle-looking monsters from Rick and Morty.
Oh, right.
That every time there's a divergence in time, they're basically like them. So any timeline anomalies, because obviously he's from an alternate universe who's apparently
Yeah.
just like going
Like wrong.
finding his way through time and space and just going to different things, like seeing Jaws for some reason.
He's
that's-
essentially the master
Essentially,
of the MCU, yeah.
but so that is rumored to have the TVA, which is a
That'd
nice
be different.
little
That'd be cool. I'd never
something
heard
that
of
wouldn't
them,
have
but,
something
yeah.
that wouldn't have got a look in the movies, maybe.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And Loki says to them, I'm assuming, "I'm going to burn this place to the ground."
That's what he says, yeah. I'm going to burn this
Which
place
is
to-
cool. We like that. We like Loki killing people. No, we don't.
Violent Tom Hiddleston.
We just love Tom Hiddleston. And apparently Marvel Studios is so confident and happy with Loki and WandaVision that they're already renewed for a second season.
Oh, just like that. Great.
No news of whether... Cause so I assume that the ones...
If only John Barrowman got the same treatment.
I assume the ones that will get renewed are the ones that they're not going to then use in the movies straight away.
Yeah.
So Falcon and Winter Soldier, I assume, will then pick up the Captain America mantle and then be...
Like, right away.
Still... Because
Yeah.
they're still... I mean, they're all main players in the movies, but like... This is going to sort of fill in their storylines that they won't get to tell.
In the movie, yeah, exactly.
Which makes me surprised that they're confirming WandaVision. So we'll
Because
get
that's meant
more
to lead
Vision,
into,
Doctor Strange, and then she'd be...
Then she's going to be
Or
in the
maybe
movies. Yeah.
The second season is when they create the mutants. Maybe, I don't know.
Multiverse will end on a cliffhanger, and in season 2 will be like the
Multiverse will
fallout
end.
of that. It'll just end. It'll
Yeah,
just
the
end,
movie
yeah.
will end, folks. Spoilers.
It'll just end.
There will be credits.
Yeah.
We also saw, like, in that film, we saw, looks at her classic Scarlet Witch costume.
Beautiful outfit. No, it looks good.
Yeah,
It looks good.
she's not a piece of meat, Connor.
No, that's not what I was saying at all.
That's what all the weird sexual fantasists
Fanboys.
will pledge. But
Yeah.
on the subject of Doctor Strange 2, nice little sort of run-in for that, is to feature alternate multiverse versions of MCU characters with perhaps alternate universe casting.
Oh, great! Oh,
What does that mean?
so are we
for
getting
the
evil
MCU?
Captain America? Who are we? So because
Do
we're
we
good at
actually get
predicting.
Hail Hydra? Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, I was like, because we're good at predicting, and that's our like subplot of our history of our channel.
Two
We predict
Quicksilvers.
things.
Two Quicksilvers, one
who
played
we
by Aaron
casting?
Taylor Johnson and one played by Evan Peters.
Oh
big
my
big
gosh.
rumour that Quicksilver's going to feature in some form in WandaVision.
That'd be cool. At least if it's an episode, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
I'd like Aaron Taylor Johnson to be in it at least one more time.
Because he's been contracted, isn't he?
Yeah.
So if we've got
I signed a deal for
years.
6 pictures. I'm dead.
I'm dead. Dead but not forgotten.
You didn't
Hopefully.
see that coming.
Yeah.
I like that they went full Halle Berry and she just
Completely.
she just
shafted
like
her.
then drops her accent.
Yeah.
And then hopefully Storm gets to marry T'Challa now that they're all under one big happy roof.
family.
Who would you like to see an alternate universe version of
I'd kind of want to see an evil.
Joaquin Phoenix Doctor Strange against Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange?
I kind of want to see another Iron Man, but not necessarily.
John Hamm.
But not necessarily a straight up Robert Downey Jr. impersonation. Like I kind of want a different, more tragic, like a broken Iron Man, if you like.
So like when he's actually in
when he's
his
actually lost
heavy
Pepper and his kid.
when he's actually heavy drinking phase.
Yeah, when he's already been through Pepper. He's been through Endgame, but he's lost, and he's just by himself.
And he's played by Matt Berry.
I am Iron Man.
And I am Iron Man.
By Matt Berry. Is that him? Is meant to
Ray
be crying?
bloody Thanos.
Is that him meant to be crying?
What is this? Gay for spaceship pay?
I don't know. Evil Iron Man would be weird. I don't know.
I think they'll sort of maybe leave Iron Man for a bit. Let him actually be
Hulk.
dead.
Alternative Hulk.
Yes, played by Eric Bana or Edward Norton.
Guess.
Or all three of them in
All
one
three.
scene.
Spider-Man, and let's just get that out of the way. That's how you get. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they would like brave enough to do that. Just like have a quick flash of like a Tobey Maguire suit or something.
Because I mean, we had freaking Ezra Miller in Crisis. So, I mean, who knows what can happen?
The Flash. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's probably the most we're ever going to see of Ezra Miller's Flash in a solo
for at least
piece.
for years. Yeah, for at least for years.
But you know, what can we do or dare to dream? Marvel apparently wants to bring Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin into the MCU movies. As we've said before,
Straight ahead.
he'd be
Do it.
great in Spider-Man 3.
Do it. Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 and Daredevil.
Homeless.
Yep. Spider-Man homies.
Yeah, homies.
Deadpool, Daredevil, Spider-Man,
All in
Vincent
one movie.
D'Onofrio's Kingpin.
Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Because the contract on that, so it was what, 2 years? 2 years until they could make anything new with these characters. That was the deal with Netflix. Obviously, the Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and I think Daredevil ones run out this year.
Right. Yeah.
And then Jessica Jones, Punisher,
they're
presumably
the last,
Defenders as well. Well, then it'll be done soon because the animated stuff with MODOK and that they were going to make the Offenders. They had
The Offenders.
animated. I think there was 4 series. I don't
Right.
remember. So there was MODOK and there was others. I don't know.
I know the name, but I don't know who's in the group.
I remember seeing it.
Right.
And I also remember hearing a different podcast on it, probably Big Damn Cast, because, shout out.
Yeah, cheap plug.
Yeah, it was then, because they were talking about how like there was 4 of them, and then they were scaling it back to I think only 2 of them.
Right.
And they wondered if that's because
Offenders.
the Netflix contract's running out, that they don't want to be introducing the Offenders and then be like, well, we want to redo
Defenders.
the Defenders. Like, we want to do these characters.
Right.
And then maybe they're bringing some into the movies, some still staying on
Disney
TV
Plus,
because they're still.
Second tier.
So I think Disney Plus or Hulu because there's still we read up in the rumor of Punisher coming for Hulu for a 3rd season. But that's
Is
all.
any more been said about Runaways or Cloak and Dagger?
As far as I know, they're just sort of still existing.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah.
I don't know whether they'll
Scraping
then
by.
retroactively tie them in,
Yeah.
or they'll just wait till they finish naturally.
Right.
Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is sort of in it, but
But
not
no.
really because it's more Marvel TV instead of tying directly into the studio.
And that's on its last season now, isn't it?
Well, they said that, but then like they've done that before.
It changes every day. Yeah.
They were like, it's our final season, and they're like, we're coming back for one more season. But something coming back, Marvel reportedly offering Wolverine role back to Hugh Jackman.
For how much?
Probably a lot, probably more money than they paid Harrison Ford for that one scene in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he'd always said years ago, like, he'd want to fight the Hulk in the MCU. That's the only reason he'd come back. But then it was a natural end. He seems done. He's a musical man again. He's enjoying his life being a character actor. Let Hugh Jackman do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I've come to terms with the loss of Hugh Jackman to the MCU. And as long as Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, then they're always going to talk about Hugh Jackman anyway.
And then instead of him coming back on screen reprising Wolverine, he can just be Hugh Jackman in Deadpool.
That'd be great.
They'll eventually just have him in a movie and be like, "Look, you want the cameo? I'm here."
Yeah, that's what I would love if it was just Hugh Jackman. It was like, yeah, well, not actually
Look,
Wolverine.
Ryan, I'm here.
Not actually Wolverine, like, God damn it, Hugh.
Just fuck off.
Fuck off, man.
Just fuck off.
Excuse me, I'm Eric Lyncher. Charles Xavier. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, Nick.
The best cameo in X-Men universe.
Ever. I ordered first class. I have ordered first
Dun
class.
dun 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 dun
I can't wait to watch that again, to be fair.
dun 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 dun.
Is that the main theme from it?
Dun 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 dun.
You've memorised the movie that much. I don't know what you're doing. You're just tapping the screen.
Dun 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 dun. I need to rebuy the X-Men on 4K, but I haven't yet. James Marsden has also said he's open to X-Men Return, offers advice also for MCU Cyclops.
No. WandaVision, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'm all up for all these for doing
Yeah.
quote unquote a CW and say
Yeah,
all these things are connected. They're all different
That's
universes.
what I was just going to say. Yeah, let everything be.
Good night. And they all live happy.
Ben Affleck as Daredevil. Don't make that canon. Get that happening.
Yeah. Do you remember when you were a weird guy that you just used to listen to Evanescence?
Yep.
Wake me up, wake me. Because the Spider-Man multiverse with Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire is apparently rumoured to be in the works, but we'll have to wait for another Sony email hack if we want to know if that's
And another
real.
whole way of.
I would love that if it's done right, not just for the sake of, look, guys,
We've done it. Yeah.
come and be with Sony because we're going to get everyone back together again.
The boys are back in town. Yeah. No.
Oh yeah, that would be a stupid reason to do it. But I would still pay all the money in the world to go and see it because, for God's sake, I just miss Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire so much.
I miss Toby more.
I feel sorry for Andrew. He never got to finish his trilogy.
He did. No.
At least if he'd have finished his trilogy and it had been shit, then we'd have been like, well, he had a complete arc.
Oh well.
But it wasn't down to him. It was down to the creatives and trying to. We got to steal some money from Disney.
And dodgy emails. Yeah, and emails.
But we know the villain for Black Panther 2. According to our sources, the same ones who told us the real Mandarin.
Oh yeah.
You said Mandalorian.
Yeah,
the real Mandalorian will appear. The real Mandarin will
Boba
appear.
Fett.
The same, yeah. The same ones that said the real Mandarin would appear in Shang-Chi and the Taskmaster would be in Black Widow have said that Namor has apparently been chosen as the main antagonist
Yes,
of
boys.
Black Panther 2.
Yes, boys. I'd like that.
An original Marvel, one of the original oldies.
The OG character. Yeah, he's.
Namor, the Submariner, and Human Torch were the first two, weren't they? And then it was Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they are very old. Yeah.
Yes, older than time itself because they've got the rights back, as far as we know, fully from wherever they were.
In the Pandorican archives, Panopticon archives.
Somewhere.
Under the Shadow Proclamation.
Somehow,
somewhere.
Yeah. The Jadoon had them, and
Yeah.
then once Joe Martin broke the horn of one of the rhinos, they just stole them back. Do you think Namor is a good fit for a villain?
Well, because that's how he got introduced originally. He was an antagonist to Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
and then they kind of truced.
Well, he was sort of his own thing, where he was sort of a hero, but not, and then he was
Yeah.
like villainy, and then it was like, yeah, he's just a
He
thing.
truced. Yeah.
He's just Aquaman, but not Jason
But
Momoa.
edgy. Aquaman, but edgy. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Who would you like to see
I
play
thought I was
Namor?
just going to say who was going to beat him. Chris Pine. Random thought, Chris Pine. I don't know.
Well, that's how you get the last Chris in the MCU.
He's Chris Pine.
Maybe only 3 Chris's can exist at one point in the MCU.
Yeah.
So as Chris Pratt leaves, you'll have
Chris Pine enter.
yeah
I don't know.
3 Chris enter, 1 Chris leaves.
I don't know. I'm actually trying to think of an actual actor for Namor.
An actor for
that
Namor.
character,
Namor, the Submariner. Do you know what I think would actually be a good one?
Well, who? A youngster or an oldie?
Youngster, Henry Golding.
Bloody hell, yeah. I didn't
He
think
has
of it.
that sort of greasy, evil look about him.
What are you trying to fly?
That he was really
He was.
good as a
He's
a jumped up baddie in The Gentleman.
Sinister villain.
He wasn't sinister by any means. He was just like
excellent badass he was in that.
He was really good at playing like a kid out of his depth, trying to be a villain, and I think he can do that sadistic
Him and
stuff.
Golding, he would work. I can picture him now.
And he's playing. We had a poster of him as Snake Eyes for the spin-off of
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Rise of Cobra, or whatever it was.
He's not Ray Park, but no one cares.
No.
Well, they do.
I'll have to see.
Half the internet
when is that
cares.
out? Is that out? It's out this year. Isn't
It's
it,
out
Snake
whenever
Eyes?
it wants. G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
G.I. Joe Origins.
I never saw them.
Snake
So
Eyes. Did you not?
no.
The first one's really good.
Rise of Cobra, and then
It's like, oh my god, this is going to be a great universe. And the second
It just
one sort of
dies.
like it changes a bit. It's like, oh my god, it's still got the potential to be a really good action franchise.
And then nothing.
they teased it crossing over with Transformers, and then nothing happened since 2013.
yeah. What I thought, yeah,
What a great time we all had then. That was great, wasn't it?
memorable. For
Marvel
sure.
Studios has reportedly met with Emily Blunt for an upcoming undisclosed MCU role.
Invisible Woman.
Please,
It's
Invisible Woman
90%
and John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
That's out in March, isn't it? Quiet Place. Because I want
Quiet Place 2, we had the Super Bowl trailer for that.
Oh, we had another trailer for it.
We had
Oh,
the trailer.
didn't
We
know.
had the trailer at the Super Bowl because we had the
Yeah, because that's where the
Super
Marvel
Bowl.
stuff happened. Yeah, but
And-
I keep up with.
Don't keep up with American football.
It is American. I was gonna say basketball. Thank God. Okay.
Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Let's just say that.
Yeah. R.I.P. Man.
Poor man.
Yeah.
And all those idiots making like calling Kobe Bryant at 3 a.m. videos.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourselves.
Say it bluntly.
No, because they're
Yeah.
Is it- they start off by saying like rest in peace, like we're really sorry, and then they do that. It's like
Should be proud of yourselves, fellas. Should be proud of yourselves.
100%. Don't be a dick on the internet. But it's hard not to be, apparently. Yeah, we got, I think, Super Bowl trailers for Quiet Place 2, new Black Widow stuff, which was good.
Oh.
We got the Fast and Furious 9 trailer, which we're going to talk about after we finish this Disney shite.
We did, yeah.
We're going to have some justice, maybe. Some ham sandwich
Ham.
justice.
Ham. Justice ham.
Justice ham. But, yeah.
yes,
Emily Blunt is Invisible Woman, please.
90% confirmed at this point. I don't know who else she could be. Physically be. A female Human Torch. Just to
The
gender
female
flip
torch, yeah.
it. Just to gender flip it. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, Disney could do what they want and we'd still go and see it.
Namorita. I think
That's
there is a
fucking
character
really
in the
bad
comic.
name.
There is a character in the comics called Namorita. I swear I've read that somewhere.
In the comments below, is Namorita
Is
a thing? If
Namorita-
not, Connor's making it up. Also, all of our comments deleted when we became brand channel. So the
Branded,
ones that we
yeah.
sent got deleted. So I
You've
re-replied to everyone. Just because, that's what I do. The Mandalorian got confirmed yesterday, I think. No, yeah, yesterday. Late last, so basically just before midnight. The Mandalorian Season 2 will be coming October 2020.
We didn't get a date. It might come Halloween for all we know.
Yeah, October 2020. And it also sounds like they're planning a third season and potential spin-offs.
Oh, Baby Yoda.
Yeah, the Baby Yoda Chronicles.
Yep, merchandise right there. Money, cash grab.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm all up for the Mandalorian when that drops. The next season drops, and also when we get Disney Plus, that's the first thing I'm going to binge watch.
If Yoda is the spin-off, though, would you be more interested in watching Mandalorian or Yoda? Are you in it for Yoda or are you in it for the
I'm in it for
Mandalorian? Pedro Pascal.
I'm in it for Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
And obviously Baby Yoda. Hey, kid, do the hand thing. Do the hand thing. That's not how the Force works. It's like, he said it. He said the Force. He said the Force works. But yeah, so that's nice that they're. Someone said it'd be funny if like Doctor Who did seasons that fast. Because there was a rumour that the production cycle on Series 13 wouldn't start till the end of this year.
Yeah, but then it got
and then it
pushed
wouldn't
back.
and then it wouldn't come out until 2022.
Oh, good.
But apparently that is a false rumour.
Thank goodness.
Because I think it proved how high the ratings were that they should have capitalised on it straight away.
Yeah, totally.
And with all the stuff that's happening, maybe they should,
Get it out.
get another season out
yeah.
as soon as possible. But we've got a special that we don't know when it is yet. But we'll get into who soon. Gemma Chan released a photo saying it's a wrap for Eternals, and a selfie of her with her Eternals baseball cap.
Oh, good.
And trailer expected of that in the next month or so with a November release date. So we should be getting at least a teaser in the next couple of months.
Well, that's decent then.
Yes, it is very, very decent.
It's decent. Oh.
So Fast and Furious 9, the penultimate in the main saga, we got a trailer.
Supposedly, yeah. Yeah,
No, it's apparently definitely the last.
Definitely the last
the penultimate. 10 will be the last in the main saga, and there will be spin-offs to expand the universe. But
female Hobbs and Shaw movie.
yeah, Hobbit
Ish.
and Shora. I don't know.
Hobbit and Shaw.
But yeah, family. Han's back alive. Rumors of time travel.
Rumors of time travel.
Rumors of time travel or an alternate timeline because Han died
He did die.
in the end of Tokyo Drift
He did die early on.
/ the beginning of Fast and Furious 7.
7, yeah, 7, yeah. 7.
Yeah, end of 6 into 7.
Yeah, 6 into 7.
Dominic
6.5.
Toretto.
6.5.
6 is the last one before Tokyo Drift. 7 is the first one after Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that is
And
right.
Hobbs and Shaw exists in its own bubble with
It's after all of them.
Black
yeah.
Superman.
With the Black
Look
Superman.
at me. I'm Black
Superman. He's great.
I mean, we're going to see Fast and Furious just because it's evolving
I
into
don't
this
think it will.
stupid shit that hopefully ends in space.
Yeah.
John Cena's the villain.
Yeah.
Dominic Toretto's brother.
Yeah, I know. I was happy about that. I was happy.
He's like, but then he's just going to become good, like they all do. Like, Deckard and...
No. Look, we've had to put up with his character for like 15 years in WWE, and he's been the ultimate babyface. It's about time he finally turns heel.
Yeah, and then
Outside of wrestling.
And then he'll just turn heel straight back to being the good guy.
Well, he'll turn face again, you mean?
I don't know. I don't watch wrestling.
No, but go heel, Cena. Go heel. I want you to be heel. Was he a baddie in Bumblebee? Or was he just...
He was a baddie that turned face.
Cena, for fuck's sake! Cena, you have one job.
But every villain in Fast and Furious that becomes then the good guy.
Oh, but is
then
Jason
joins the
Statham a
team.
good guy?
Yes,
Is
because
he a
he
good
helps
guy?
him at the
He helps The
at the
Rock,
end of
but-
at the end of 8. He helps them on their thing for the last mission before, like, to save the kid. So he's technically on their side, but like just everyone's calling for justice for Han. Maybe that's where Shaw
The
is.
line is drawn, yeah. I don't know.
I don't like
Yeah.
Han being alive if it's an alternate timeline. If it's alternate
Exactly.
timeline or time travel, then it's stupid enough that I can accept that. But if it's literally just I
Oh, yeah, I
survived that
didn't
big-
die. Yeah, I didn't die.
If
Yeah.
it's I survived that big explosion, it's like, well, that's bullshit.
Yeah, there's no way you could have got out of
you
that.
got out of that.
Yeah.
And that sort of negates the whole like motivation behind
The
Furious
movie.
7
Oh, yeah, and 7.
and
yeah,
their
and
reluctance
7.
to work with him because Dominic Toretto, you don't know me, but you will. We'll see where Hobbs and Shaw, if it does fit or have any interjection between it. You got
I think I'd say it all depends on this movie, and then going forward, they'll see what to do. Yeah.
Jordana Brewster returning as Brian's
Brian's
wife.
Mia.
Mia Toretto.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very family because Mia Toretto, Dom Toretto, and John Cena Toretto all facing off.
John Cena Toretto.
They said his name, but I don't remember.
That
it.
is
I
a
don't,
name.
I don't
No, I like
care.
that name. It's funny. John Cena Toretto. That's a great name. Or just John Toretto.
With the amount he drinks, do you think that Dominic Toretto has the coronavirus?
Maybe there's got to be a.
Saluda mi familia. Coronavirus.
Oh,
It's,
that'd be great.
it's wash your hands, don't eat,
Yeah,
and
dishwash
don't
your
eat
hands.
bats in a fish market in China. I think that's the main.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
yeah.
how.
Where was it shot? Was it shot in China or Brazil or
I don't China.
Mexico?
I don't know.
Mexico.
All I can say is,
Just
maybe
yeah,
be a bit cleaner with your food.
just a little bit.
That's what we have to say on current world events.
Trendy.
Because you lot listen to this for escapism, so we're not going to try and mention stuff
Nope.
that depresses you about real life.
Much, unless it's Doctor Who, which does that every week.
And the Fast and Furious all-female spin-off may arrive after Fast and Furious 9.
So next year.
So I'd
Year
assume next
after?
year, because I thought they'd filmed 9 and 10 back to back, so maybe a year gap between. I don't know.
It'd be good if it's a year. Yeah? It'd be nice.
So we can expect like a 2021, maybe a spin-off or two, depending on when, if they do a Hobbs and Shaw 2, which I'd be up for, especially
be
with
very much
where
up
it
for.
leaves
I'd be very
that
much up for Hobbs and Shaw. too.
version of the series.
I just want to see Ryan Reynolds again.
Yeah, I killed a guy with a brick. Turns out it's really easy.
He was great in that. He was great.
He was really great. Apparently, Indiana Jones 5 script still isn't finished, but Harrison Ford is.
He's
still,
up for it. Yeah,
He's still on board.
he's in it.
The script that is finished though is Baby Driver 2.
They're actually doing a sequel to it.
Edgar Wright says the film could start production next year.
Do I want him to do it though?
Oh, Edgar Wright, yes.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want Edgar Wright, one of the greatest filmmakers of our generation,
Oh, he certainly is.
but one of the best filmmakers to come out of this country?
If it's different cast of characters and a slightly different story, then go ahead.
If it's a story worth telling with the same characters, then yeah. If it's a completely new story,
then
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
If it's the same shit just done again,
no.
Jurassic World 3 animatronic dinosaur revealed as Laura Dern hypes up her return for the sequel. Am I interested? I want to see where this trilogy ends.
I need to still see Fallen Kingdom. I still need to see
Fallen Kingdom's great, you know.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it better than Jurassic World?
I enjoyed it more than the first Jurassic World.
Okay, all right.
I think it's also better than
Fallen Kingdom
Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, and anything's better than Jurassic Park 3.
And a lot of 2.
The Lost World. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lost World. It certainly was lost. It certainly was lost.
It was lost on everyone that saw it. Scott Pilgrim 2 Ideas and Possibilities. Will that get a sequel? No, I don't think.
No.
Pilgrim needs to be left for a bit, maybe. It was so well done, that story as well. Like,
give Michael Cera something to do, though.
Give Michael Cera something that makes him age properly and not look like a man-child, because he's quite an old man. Well, not old, but he's older than he looks. And a Matilda remake happening at Netflix as a musical. Not knowing whether it's just a live adaptation of the stage performance.
Oh, right, okay.
But we'll see what that happens with that.
Hey-ho.
Have you watched The Crown?
Not quite yet, no.
So they recast every 2 seasons because it's 6 seasons for 60 years. Mm-hmm. So every season is meant to be the main events in the 10 years that happened in that season. So we're on season 3's out, season 4 is coming, filming has been, so they've seen Gillian Anderson, the mum from Sex Education, looking like Margaret Thatcher, which is the whole kind of point. That's why they cast her as Margaret Thatcher. You idiots. But Imelda Staunton will play Queen Elizabeth in the 5th and the 6th and final season of The Crown. So obviously Dolores Umbridge will be the Queen, taking her from the 90s into present day.
2000, now, yeah.
So we'll see
fair enough.
what happens with that.
The Crown.
The casting's been great.
What era is the best era? The Matt Smith era? The whatever
Matt Smith era is really good. But then, because that's complete as well. It's like that. I think after season 4, like Tobias Mackenzie, who replaces Matt Smith as Prince Philip, he's really good.
He's really good.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Really looks like Philip. Really good at, and because they are very different people in those respective incarnations. Like from a young man to a more middle-aged man to then whoever plays him as an old man.
So we don't know who's going to be old Philip.
No, we don't know who's going to be old Philip, and because Paul Bettany was meant to be middle-aged Philip.
Right, yeah, but scheduling conflict.
Scheduling conflict meant he couldn't do it, which I would have loved to see because Paul Bettany's not really done.
Not too much, no.
No,
I didn't know who he was before Vision.
Knight's Tale, Wimbledon. That's a good movie. That's about it. That's what I know from.
That's it.
He heard it all, folks. Tobias Mackenzie, whose main roles have been that guy who died in the submarine in Doctor Who, Cold War.
Okay. Yeah, one episode.
Uncle Edmure. Edmure Tully from Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know who you're about now.
Married off to Walder Frey's daughter and then
that guy.
Captured.
That guy.
Him. Yeah, that's him.
That guy.
The Transformers movies are reportedly
rebooted. Yeah.
There was 2 in the works, a sequel or a continuation of the original,
The Light Side of the Moon.
Continuation of Bumblebee. Apparently, one of the main Michael Bay movies is not really happening, and because Bumblebee's sort of a soft-core reboot of it anyway, because it's a different year that he apparently falls to Earth. And it's actually really good, but unfortunately, it come out at a point when no one really gave a shit about Transformers anymore because Michael Bay had run it into the fucking ground.
He didn't direct that one; he produced it though, didn't he?
He was. I think it was just EP, so I don't think he had much input. I think it was just put Michael Bay's name on it; they'll come see it then because there's a Transformers movie with his name. Really good. John Cena's good in it. I watched that today. I was like,
Bumblebee?
Yeah.
Oh, you watched it today?
It was on Sky Movies, so I was like, I'll give it a watch. And I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed it.
Okay.
So,
you hadn't seen it before?
No, I'd heard really good things about it. I'd never caught it at the cinema just because, my opinion of Transformers had just been
nothing
sullied by these fucking idiots that make these films.
I've only watched the first one. I said to myself I was slowly going to get through them all. I just haven't yet. So
They're only going to get worse.
They're
The first
only
one is the best.
Well, I've heard the third Dark of the Moon is good because of
Dark
the
of the Moon is not
lead.
shit.
No? Okay,
Dark of the Moon is so...
Age
no.
of Extinction is the bad one.
Age of Extinction, because that's when there's no
It's
Shia
the
LaBeouf.
car crash. Yeah.
They get rid of Megan Fox after the second one, and it's then the woman who's...
The blonde one.
Yeah,
good-looking
Rosie
blonde.
Huntington-Whiteley. Don't have
Yeah.
to be good-looking to be a woman in a movie,
The good,
Connor, come on.
the good-looking blonde. Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's that sort of done. We know the title for episode 8 of Doctor Who, series 12.
Yeah.
The Haunting of Villa
Hill Manor.
Deity.
Hill Manor.
The Haunting of Villa Deity.
Villa Deity.
Yeah.
Okay. Villa Deity.
Diodati.
Diodati. It sounds like a
Diodati.
freaking wine.
Diodati.
Sounds like a Malbec.
Yeah, apparently it's an irresistible to tell ghost story in the ilk of
Ghostline.
Frankenstein, which has led to it being
Oh.
referred to as that's how the lone Cyberman is created. Because apparently the lone Cybermen will be in episode 8, leading to apparently the 2-part finale is the Cybermen against an army of Cybermen,
with
no
lots
less.
of Cybermen. Yeah.
The true identity of Ruth is revealed when the Doctor and friends travel to Mondas to defeat the lone Cyberman.
Monda. Oh.
It's a Mondasian Cyberman.
Oh, I just read
Even
that
though, it's just,
fight loads
even
of
though
Cybermen.
in terms of
Oh.
canon, it's just a Cyberman.
It's just yeah, no.
It's a Mondasian
Oh,
Cyberman.
cool. Oh, all right. I didn't know the Mondas part. I just read that there was going to be lots of Cybermen in the finale. The 2-part finale.
I'm always
Oh,
up for
wow.
lots of Cybermen.
Oh, cool. No, good. Oh, if it's a 3-part like Utopia into the. Oh,
it's
great.
it's a stealth 3-parter.
Great. Oh, good. Cool. I'd like that then. So we just got to get through this week and then it'll be great.
I
Hopefully.
mean, yeah, because it was sort of... Should we talk about it before we do the BAFTA?
Oh, we have to get it out of the way.
Brexit.
Brexit.
No,
Yes.
because that's happened, because we've left now.
We have.
Well, we're in the transition period, which will last however long they need it to last. Because satire, and we're not
yes.
going to go over it.
Nope.
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 Quick side note, have you ever watched Inside Number 9?
No.
The new
No, not
series
yet.
started on Monday. And it was
Netflix?
very... No, BBC
No,
Two.
or just BBC Two. Okay.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 1 of series 5 is called "The Referee's a Wanker." For those who
What
don't
is
know,
it?
Inside Number 9
Yeah.
is an anthology dark comedy series. As they also quote in the live Halloween episode, it's like Black Mirror, but not as clever.
Okay. No, I like the sound of it then.
Yeah, so it's just always a different scenario and sometimes different way of telling the story, because they've done one that's basically a silent episode before.
Right.
But yeah, very good.
Inside. It is on Netflix because I swear I've scrolled across
It
it.
is on Netflix and it'll also be on
Other things.
BBC iPlayer, so stuff like that. Probably BritBox, I don't know. I still
Probably.
haven't got that yet. I'll get around to it eventually when I want to watch all of Cold Feet without paying for it. But yeah, so that was really good this week. And so 6 episodes of that again. The live Halloween episode was the best one they ever did. Just because the interaction between that and Twitter and it being live, you had to sort of watch it in that moment. You'll still get it watching it now, but like watching it in that moment was like the interactivity was just like
Insane. Peak.
because it starts with the indent of BBC Two. You hear like a whispering in the thing like when they're announcing it, and then they like technical issues.
Oh, right.
But a lot of people apparently switched off because they thought it was an actual technical issue, but it was all part of the thing. And then they say they're going to put on an older the episode that's basically the silent film, but they put that on, but stuff's slightly wrong with the image. Like there's bits in there that weren't in the original one. And then there's live cam in the dressing room and there's stuff on the actual set of the episode.
Oh, that sounds mad.
While Reece Shearsmith is tweeting, while you see him tweet.
On the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And then
Christ.
it comes up on your feed
Oh, so
like,
it's one
am I
of
on
two.
BBC Two right now?
So it's one of those. Oh, no.
That was really good. So that's my quick thing on Inside Number 9 because it is full of greatness and Reece Shearsmith and Steve Pepperton.
Right.
Strong return, and I can't wait to see. Only half hour, so
Okay, bingeable then. How many
Ready.
episodes of series?
normally 6.
Oh, that's quick then. That is quick.
As far as I know, they're all 6. 6, but
Yeah. Oh, okay.
let us move on. Doctor Who, Series 12, Episode 6. Praxius.
Demons of the Praxius.
The sort of leading it had, you know.
the lead.
3 different continents, 3 problems.
Yep.
Can't all be related. Can it?
No, just about. No, don't want to say yes.
They all split up.
I don't want to say yes.
Which was good because everyone sort of had stuff to do apart from Yaz.
Apart from Yaz, as always.
People saying that like it was really funny this week because Yaz goes off on her own to investigate this bit, which they were like when Donna, Martha, or Rose did that. Oh, that's normal behaviour. But when Yaz does it, oh my God, she's going to betray the Doctor. She's going to go with the Master. Blah blah blah.
Oh, I keep reading theories that apparently she's going to become like a student like Ace, and she's going to like rival in terms of her intelligence. She's going to become like rival the Doctor. Not go evil, but
no, right, she's
exactly.
not. When
she's useless.
Okay, I'm not saying like this is no disrespect to Mandip Gill.
No,
but like when
lovely
has
actress.
Yaz ever showed us a level of intelligence that could
is sophisticated,
be on level with Time Lord Society? Never.
No, I can't think. I'm sitting here thinking.
Has she ever used her police? She doesn't even get a chance to use her police work in future that she's doing. Like, I'll use it to distract them because I remember that I used to be a police officer and that's suddenly relevant.
And that's relevant. Yeah, no.
Doesn't happen.
Sorry, love. No.
I just, one of them needs to leave. I keep saying it because I was counting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it with my girlfriend. She was like, "There's just too many things happening."
Everyone I spoke to at work has said, "Yeah, there's just too many characters." The first thing I say,
there
what's
was
wrong
9
with
main
Doctor
characters.
Nine.
So there was
9.
Let's count them out for those at home. So we start. So it happens in Peru, Madagascar,
and
China.
China, yeah, China.
So we have the Doctor, Graham, Ryan,
yeah,
Yaz,
that's 4. Yeah,
Warren Brown.
I
I don't remember what his character's name was, but
No.
the man in the leather jacket.
exactly. Yeah,
Who used to be in
him.
Luther.
Him. Yeah,
His husband that was in Misfits, the spaceman.
Okay. Yeah.
The woman with the afro.
Yeah. 7. Like the girl from Sex Education. Yeah.
The bloke that was the bloke on the beach in Madagascar.
8. Yeah.
And the woman on the beach in Madagascar, because
9,
technically the
yeah.
other one in Peru was already dead. So that's like 9 people. And then they go from all being apart to all being together really quickly.
Super quick. Yeah. It's just.
Basically, 2 people have died on different continents from the same thing at the same time.
Precisely the same time or something. Yeah.
And also, there's a missing astronaut that's been located in China.
Yeah, in China.
And all these things can't be related. Can they?
Can it? Stay
Turns
tuned to
out
find
they
out.
can because it's all plastic. It was
But before you get excited, people, it's not the Autons.
when they said mention the Autons, it was like, oh please.
I was like, my God.
Because when they've realistically been main characters, has just been Pertwee. Spared from Space. Terror of the
it's just
Autons.
Pertwee, yeah.
That's it.
Not even in Big Finish Land, I don't think they're
Because
even
Rose,
used.
they were an easy villain that Russell wanted to use as shorthand because so to have the audience know what was basically happening, but then focus on the character beats between
The Doctor and
the
Rose.
Doctor and Rose, which worked
Rightfully so,
which
yeah.
worked really well because Russell's a genius.
Clearly. Clearly.
Moffat tries to sort of use them in the Big Bang Pandorica opens when Rory's he's a sort
He's Autonised, yeah.
or as the Doctor doesn't call them Autons, he calls them a nesting duplicate. Because they're more moving, more animatronic, so it's more of a living plastic. Are they Autons? We don't know. But also different laser gun sound effects on the hand.
Right.
Apparently that was down to BBC legislation of shooting a companion. Didn't want the whole proper gun sound
Right.
from
The
Terror.
other ones.
They wanted, That's a small fact.
That's
for
a
you.
little bit of trivia. I didn't know
There
that.
you go. I am nothing if not full of useless knowledge.
Never ending.
So when they said Autons, I was like, oh please.
Yeah.
That would be the ultimate surprise. Like the Master and the Autons in a season together again for the first time since the 70s.
71, yeah.
The Master's definitely going to come back, I think, this series. Jack apparently is not, as far as we've heard.
No. Because John Barrowman's even said in interviews, like, oh, I'll be there when the Doctor needs me, but even I don't know when.
Yeah, he doesn't know for now. And like Chibnall has said, but Chibnall could lie, that he's definitely not back this season. But is he? Is he though?
I doubt it. I can't see it.
You don't really know.
I doubt it.
It was another, this is what Earth needs to do to sort itself out, blah, blah, blah story. But it was done better than Orphan 55.
Yeah.
There were still too many characters. I mean, it was
I think that maybe the most, though, this season, maybe. Or like, in terms of this story. I think this was the most.
Orphan 55 and this were on par for how many characters were just... Because you had the 4 main ones. You had Benny, you had the soldier person. You had In-Betweener boy and his son.
And his son.
Benny's wife.
That's 9, I think.
There might be more.
So
4 main.
Yeah, say it again.
James Buckley, Buckley's son.
Yeah.
Benny's wife. Soldier woman. and I feel like there's one more. So maybe it might be the same or slightly more.
Okay.
But
One extra.
the time for subtlety is over because the planet's almost irreversibly, on the brink of death.
We know that.
But two climate change stories in one.
They're out of ideas.
Episode one episode, one series.
Oh no! Imagine.
But the plot. I enjoyed this a lot better than Orphan 55. I'd still rank that the weakest.
I'd
rank Fugitive. Fugitive, Nikola Tesla.
Skyfall.
Spyfall Part 1.
Or Skyfall.
Praxeus. Spyfall Part 1, Praxeus, Spyfall Part 2, and then Orphan 55. That would be my sort of. Because I think Spyfall Part 2 feels like a completely different story.
Episode to the Part 1. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's a fair analysis.
And I think the direction was a bit choppy. Bit sort of all over the gaff. But, I didn't hate Praxeus. I didn't sort of
like it either.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that it wasn't going to.
It was going to be middle ground
from that.
Yeah.
But Warren Barron was great in it. He should be in more Doctor Who based things. I know he's been in Big Finish.
He has. The name rings a bell, but I can't remember what. Probably like one audio.
And he was amazing in Luther, and it was really sad when he died in that. Spoilers for a 10-year-old BBC programme, but yeah.
Another one I'll get onto at some point.
Luther was really good, really good. Series 4 is a bit crap, but Series 5 sort of picks back up again. Because they normally...
Season 6 on the way, or...?
I think it's just whenever Idris Elba... Because Idris Elba comes back to do it because he knows it's a good show. I think there's 6 episodes, then 4, and then 4, then 2, then 4. And because they become one case per series.
Okay.
Over the episodes. And I think just Series 4, when it's just those 2 episodes, just
powerful.
Loses so much.
Loses
by only being 2 episodes. It's oh my god, there's so much they've cut out of this.
Right. Oh, okay.
But you'll enjoy it because it's great. And Elton John's dad from Rocket Man's a bad guy in Series 1 of that thing.
There's a link.
And that's the only thing my mum knows him from. It's it's the evil guy from Luther. Oh well. But yeah, the weird plastic disease basically disintegrates people. Then they have to... Warren Brown flies the spaceship thing.
Yeah, thing. It is a weird ship.
Because his husband crash lands and they have a bit of an argument about and people
scuffle.
And people will be I've seen YouTube comments that apparently they turned off when he said husband, not dealing with this propaganda stuff, and people pretty sure that's homophobia, but okay then. It's a great shame that people are being really annoyed by the fact that just men can love men, which is allowed because love is love.
Apparently it's wrong. Yeah, apparently it's wrong to people.
But then I think it says a lot for how sort of not normal it's been made in mainstream media because there's not been as many stories about it. So obviously, the more you do it, the more people just be well, that's life, that's normal.
Yeah.
The same what they were trying to do with Luke Cage having a show completely with more people of colour than white people. So that, because they'd not given many opportunities to just front a show, write it, and direct it, and all that stuff.
Right, yeah.
So it was the only way you can make it the norm is by just keep doing it, keep making it, and all the people that get annoyed by it, the snowflakes.
The snowflakes, yeah.
Fuck them.
Fuck them indeedy.
Well, not literally. But yeah, Praxis was a thing, it happened.
That's it.
It was okay.
That's all we can say. Yeah, that's it.
It wasn't terrible.
No.
It's not the worst episode of Doctor Who I've ever seen.
No, it's just that momentum that got established last week, and you're like, oh, Doctor Who's actually on my mind. I actually got excited in years for it, and then it's just the come down. I don't know. And then we've got this week to deal with, and then hopefully, if this 3-part Cyberman trilogy comes to fruition, then hopefully it should be great. Great.
Well, it should be.
And not freaking season 10. What is it? Oxygen, Extremis, and that sort of finale. No,
Oxygen was the lead into Extremis, Pyramid at the End of the World, and Lie of the Land.
Those 3, yeah.
Technically a stealth 4-part story, but... Shall we talk about the BAFTAs?
Right, yes. Educate me on that, because I completely missed it.
So, the BAFTA, British Academy of Film and Television Arts, and the annual awards 2020. The film one's always first, and then the television one is in May. So we had... Okay. We had, there's been problems with diversity, specifically in the Oscars and stuff like that, but also in this, because for the 7th year in a row, there was, I don't think any people of colour nominated for acting awards, and no female directors.
Oh, of course.
And when I get to their acceptance speech, I will tell you who made a point of it, and also what the sort of chair of the organisation, Prince William, had to say.
Joaquin, I'm guessing.
Yes, it was Joaquin.
It was Joaquin.
Joaquin said a lot. Just so I don't, because I'm not going to read out every single nomination. I'm going to go through the winners. I'll read like some of the noms, but just to say who's got the most. From multiples from 2 up to the most nominations received. So you got Bait had 2 nominations. Rise of Skywalker had 3, along with Le Mans 66.
Wait, what was the first one you said? Bane?
Bait.
What on earth's Bait? I've never heard of it. Bait.
Just a drama film.
Oh, right, okay.
Short film, I think.
Okay, all right. Bait.
So Rise of Skywalker, Le Mans 66, Judy and Bombshell all had 3.
Right.
Rocketman, Parasite and Fasama had 4.
Uh-huh.
2 Popes, Marriage Story and Little Women had 5. Jojo Rabbit had 6 nominations.
Jesus.
1917 had 9. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood had 10. Irishman had 10. And Joker had 11 nominations.
Jesus. And that's for what, film of the year or just which?
We will go through them from least important to most. We'll start off with the EE Rising Star Award, which is basically the only one voted for by the public, not by the board.
Right. Okay.
So basically, young up-and-coming actor or actress. Previous winners include Daniel Kaluuya, Letitia Wright, Tom Holland, other people.
Yeah, other people.
I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah.
Daniel Kaluuya presented it, who won it in 2018. I think Letitia Wright won it last year.
Right.
But she's probably busy. Nominations were like Jack Lowden from Fighting With My Family and...
Jack Logan. The name rings a bell.
Lowden. He was the brother. He was doing it for the family.
Right, that guy.
And he was also one of the soldiers in Dunkirk. Kelvin Harrison Jr., Caitlin Dever, Aquafina, and Michael Ward. Michael Ward won it for most notably his roles in, not in film, but Top Boy, the television series. The television series that Drake brought back that used to be on Channel 4, and Blue Story, similar ilk. So he had a really good year, and he's the one I wanted to win it. So well done.
Fair enough.
You had then best casting. Nominations for this were Nina Gold for 2 Popes, Sarah Crowe for Personal History of David Copperfield, which I really want to see.
So do I. I've seen the trailer.
Once Upon a Time, Victoria Thomas for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Douglas Abil and Francine Maisler for Marriage Story, but the winner was Shayna Markowitz for Joker.
For Joker?
Yes. Best short film. The winner was Learning to Skateboard in a War Zone If You're a Girl by Carol DeSigna and Elena Andreycheva. Other nominations were Azar, Goldfish, Kamali, and The Trap.
The Trap?
I'm
trying to find the one you're reading. I'm on Google at the moment trying to find... There's so many awards.
I'm on the wiki one, basically. Best short animation... in The Magic Boat and In Her Boots, but the winner was Grandad Was a Romantic by Mariam Mahoija. Yeah, so congratulations on that. I think the short film, I don't like that they cut out some of the, not to say like lesser awards, but the ones that people aren't as worried about. So, best animated film, Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Shaun the Sheep movie Farmageddon, Frozen 2, but the winner was Klaus.
Oh, the
Klaus.
The Netflix one, yeah.
The Netflix one by Sergio Pablos and Jinko Goto.
I'm with you now. I know what... Yeah, okay, I'm with you. Yeah, okay.
I haven't seen Klaus yet. I think it's still on Netflix.
I want to say it is, but who knows?
I heard good things about it.
It's a Netflix original, so I doubt it'll be off anytime soon.
Well, you never know. Unless,
who knows?
They sell the rights because they're deep in debt. Best documentary for Sama won that one. Beating American Factory, Apollo 11, Diego Maradona, and The Great
The only one I know out of all of them is Apollo 11.
I know. The Diego Maradona one, I think I saw a poster for it in the cinema. But best film not in the English language. Portrait of a Lady on Fire, Pain and Glory, for Sama, The Farewell, but the winner was Parasite by Bong Joon-ho.
Rightfully so, from what I've heard.
The first mainstream media film to come out of South Korea ever, and to be nominated for awards is amazing work to them and their team. Best special visual effects nominations were Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, The Lion King, The Irishman, Avengers: Endgame, but the winner was 1917.
Okay.
Which I think was a bit of a disservice to Avengers: Endgame because...
Oh, well, yeah, best... Okay, nice. Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised Avengers didn't win that.
Yeah, because of the texture, not just like the texture of Thanos' face not winning an award in either film is really annoying, and the fact that most of that is a CGI. That and Star Wars, like they're big CGI things, but maybe just because we're so numb to it, that then
to it, yeah.
Whereas 1917 was just used to sort of enhance the story because it was just. But you know, good win. I'm glad 1917 won it instead of them just wrinkling out Robert De Niro's face. I'm glad Lion King didn't win it because
certainly not. No,
they
no
fucking put a company out of business by not paying them enough. So there's no way they should have got an award for it.
No, totally not.
Best sound: Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Rocket Man, Le Mans '66, Joker, but the winner was 1917.
That was a loud film. Yeah.
A good sound mix as well. There wasn't any point where it sort of felt like it wasn't
dipped. Yeah.
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 And that moves us on to Best Original Score. Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker, Little Women, Jojo Rabbit, a surprise maybe nomination because there wasn't a lot of...
Original tracks, yeah.
1917, obviously by Thomas Newman, but the winner, Joker, by Hilda Gunnatadir.
Yeah.
We'll say that one. Surprised that Rocket Man wasn't on there.
No.
Especially because it had an original song, which might clearly be an Oscar bait song, but I'd rather have that than anything else. But yeah, Joker winning that was like, okay.
I guess, yeah.
Maybe, sort of, yeah. For best makeup and hair, Rocket Man, Judy, Joker, 1917. But the winner surprisingly was Bombshell. I would have said maybe either 1917. I could see the reason for Joker. The Judy Garland film, yes, and obviously Rocket Man because it's more of a period piece. But like Bombshell was.
Bombshell. Did you see Bombshell?
No,
I missed it. Yeah, I missed it.
Is it not in cinema anymore?
I don't believe it is.
I have to pick that up on home media release or see it when it's eventually on Netflix. But I will see it just because. But apparently, the woman that I think that Charlize Theron plays has come out and said she doesn't like the way that Fox News has been like depicted.
Right.
And people are like, yeah, but that's the company that sexually assaulted you and the boss of it sexually assaulted you and other women.
This is all based on a story, isn't it? It's a true story, yeah.
So, you know, Americans, what are you going to do? Best production design. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, obviously. Joker, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit, of course.
Yeah.
Irishman, yeah, it's a period piece, so yeah, I get it. But 1917 won that one. Dennis Gassner and Lee Sandals. Really, really well deserved. Surprising that wasn't. I don't think that was one of the main ones either. That they actually broadcast a lot of jokes about Prince Harry and that stuff. William didn't look too.
No.
Yeah,
because all I read is that they were offended by jokes. There were too many like royal family jokes and stuff.
No, apparently they took it well. I mean, they're the two royals that would take it the best because they were both laughing and clapping. So.
Oh well, it's positive. I don't know. I did read about jokes and stuff.
There was jokes, you know, some of them were like on the edge.
Digs. Jabs.
Jabberwocky.
Jabberwocky at each other.
Yeah, don't jabberwocky someone in the face. Best costume design. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, yeah. Judy, yeah. Jojo Rabbit, yep.
Yeah.
Irishman, yeah.
Little
Women won that one. Jacqueline Duran, you know,
I don't know if Little Women's
cinema.
Is Little Women still around?
I don't know.
Would you see that one or not?
I'd give it a go. Florence Pugh and the other people that were in it.
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson, yeah, because she was in the poster. She was slightly bigger than everyone else. Because they got to put the Harry Potter girl on the front.
Yeah, totally.
Best editing. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I wouldn't say that.
Joker. No. Jojo Rabbit. Yeah.
Yes.
The Irishman. Well, it wasn't edited that well because it was over 3 hours long.
Oh, clearly, yeah.
Le Mans '66 won that one. Michael McCusker and Andrew Buckland really
gutted. I didn't see it.
Yeah. I never caught that in the cinema, but I will pick that up on 4K as soon as possible.
I think March 23rd. I think.
Really,
yeah.
I will try and pick that up because I love the look of that, and
I'm just interested in the story. I want to see a bit more Matt Damon.
Yeah, I want to see the cinematic scope because that was really pushed for IMAX screenings. Was like, you got to see Le Mans '66 in an IMAX screening.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I'll go and see that, but then I never did. Because even though we have Cineworld Unlimited cards, it's hard to see every movie.
Kind of is.
Well, we're in February. We've only seen 3, but then we'll have seen 5 because we'll have Doolittle and
Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 for me because Bad Boys. You didn't see Bad Boys.
Oh, you've seen Bad Boys. I haven't seen Bad Boys yet. Because you keep going to the cinema without me. Best cinematography. The Lighthouse. That's there.
Oh, that's I think that's just
Willem
come out.
Dafoe one, isn't it?
And Robert Pattinson.
Jesus
I think that's
Christ.
just come out. The 31st, I think. That's just come out over here.
Jesus. I want to see that.
That's
Because
what I
if
wanna
Willem Dafoe's in it, I'll give it a watch.
Yeah.
Le Mans '66. Joker. Irishman. And one by 1917. Roger Deakins.
Absolutely.
It's the best. Better than the rest.
Unique film that is.
Uh-huh.
The way it's shot.
Outstanding debut by a British writer, director, or producer. Nominations were Alvaro Delgado Aparicio, Harry Wootliff,
yeah.
Alex Holmes, Wad Al Khatib, and was won by Wad Khatib and Edward Watts for Sama. And the winners were Mark Jenkins, Kate Byers, and Lynn Waite for Bait.
Don't know any of them.
Yeah, that thing.
Don't know any of them.
Outstanding British film.
1917.
2 parts. Don't read the fucking. Why are you reading it while I've done the nominations?
Soz.
This is when
This
you
is
get.
like being at work.
You see the way I've formatted it. And you like just read that.
Carry on.
The 2. Well, you've ruined it now. The 2 Popes. Sorry, we missed you. Rocket Man, which I was gutted didn't win it, but when you know it won. Fasama Bait, and obviously won by 1917. Completely expected because it was more recent. And because it had a bigger sort of awards push. But I think Rocket Man deserved a bit more credit than it got.
It's got shafted from the sounds of it.
It did. But I think that's the thing when you come out after one award ceremony and a long time before the next one, that you are going to be in the forgotten period, because most of the Oscar nominations I don't think come out before August. It's after August, like most of the films nominated are. Which is a ruddy wood shame. Best adapted screenplay. The Irishman, Joker, The 2 Popes, Little Women, but the winner, Jojo Rabbit by Taika Waititi, because we wanted that to win, because Taika is a great screenwriter as well as just an artistic soul.
He is the modern day cinema masterpiece. He is our Spielberg to our Tarantino.
He is something else.
He is something else.
But we get on to Best Original Screenplay. Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Ryan Johnson for Knives Out, which I really wanted.
Yeah, I heard he was sad about. Oh, it's sad. He was sort of like.
He had Knives Out cufflinks
mental
on.
about his Knives. Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because on his Instagram he put "they're out" and it was just like his cufflinks and they were knives, and it was like that's
sweet.
really cool.
That's sweet.
The 4 people that it took to write Booksmart, which apparently was a really good film, but I never caught that.
No, did I?
It seemed really interesting, and I wish I'd have picked it up. But if I ever see it, I'll let you know.
You'll grab it.
Marriage Story, Noah Baumbach, but Bon Joon-ho and Han Jin-won for Parasite won that one. Great for another award for South Korean film. Proving that might be their first one, but they're coming out swinging.
They are
in a long time they can make quality cinema depending on, doesn't matter where you are in the world or what country. You get this one for Best Actress in a Supporting Role. Margot Robbie nominated twice, which I don't think is fair.
That's a bit cheaty, isn't it? Yeah.
Because it takes the nomination away from someone who may have been more deserving.
I would have put one of the other girls from Bombshell, maybe either Charlize or Nicole Kidman. Not that I saw it.
Yeah, you could have done that, or you could have done someone from like just anything else.
Scarlett Johansson for. Oh no, she's nominated as. Oh right, okay.
Scarlett's nominated for
Endgame.
actress and like supporting and best.
Oh, okay.
But, you know.
Yeah.
So you had Margot Robbie twice, both for Bombshell and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Weird that.
Florence Pugh for Little Women, which I've heard great things about. Scarlett Johansson, who I think should have won it for Jojo Rabbit because
she was incredible.
She was great. But Laura Dern won it for Marriage Story for her role as Nora Fanshawe, which Marriage Story.
Not yet.
Yeah, good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I like Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. I think if out of the two, I think Scarlett Johansson deserved it more for Jojo Rabbit than Marriage Story.
Okay.
But, you know, that's just the thing. It's the thing. It was good. I think Margot Robbie deserved it, definitely for Bombshell, from what I've heard, compared to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for her role as Sharon Tate, which wasn't
A few scenes, if that. Yeah.
a few scenes, and like with every Quentin Tarantino film, a few shots of her feet because he's a freak. Which moves us on to Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Joe Pesci in The Irishman, Al Pacino for The Irishman, Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes, Tom Hanks, A Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood, which I think's only just come out.
It has. I think a load of films came out the 31st of June. A lot of them have
But
come
obviously, by their American release dates.
They've been out for months.
Yeah.
But we've only just got them.
Bastards.
Yeah. No.
But I think this was deserving because Brad Pitt won it for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for his role as Cliff Booth, which
He was good in that.
Yeah.
He was.
I think he was better than DiCaprio, wasn't it?
Oh, 100%. DiCaprio was like the freaking.
It's official, old buddy. I'm a has-been.
She was the Margot Robbie in Hollywood as well. He was in it when he needed to be in it, but he weren't in it.
He was great when he was in it, and he sort of he drove the story forward, and it was. It was
Brad
good.
Pitt's, it was Brad Pitt's movie, though. I think Hollywood.
Yeah, it was It was more Brad Pitt's movie than it was. It was all of them. It was sort of an ensemble, but it didn't really
He did.
pick where it was going. It was. Is it about this
Him, her,
actor, or is
yeah.
it about the Manson murders?
Mm.
Didn't really know.
No, still
But
don't.
Best Actress in a Leading Role, Charlize Theron for Bombshell.
Right.
As far as I know, that's well deserved. Charlize Ronan for Little Women, once again deserved. Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story. Yep. Jessie Buckley for Wild Rose. Don't know
it.
what that is.
No, don't.
Renée Zellweger won it for
Judy.
her role as Judy Garland in the movie Judy. Which
Would you have said that? No.
It was. I don't really remember Judy. I don't even know Judy Garland personally. Unfortunately, she is passed. But as far as I know, my mum liked it. So
Well, there we go.
I think it was sort of like my mum did say it's like some of them you do feel like they're sort of just angling like you haven't won one, let's put you up for it. Which that's how democracy works. But yeah, like she was. I like everyone realising that she was American. Bridget Jones isn't actually English. It's like, no, it's really not. Best actor in a leading role, we had Jonathan Pryce for The Two Popes, Taron Egerton
For Rocket Man.
for Elton John, the Rocket Man himself, which I think he should have won it, really. But Adam Driver for Marriage Story, he was very good in it. Leonardo DiCaprio for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah,
he went in it
maybe.
enough. He seems all good, but I don't know.
Yeah, and Joaquin Phoenix obviously won it for his role as
Joker.
Arthur Fleck / Joker in
Swap
Joker.
for his supporting role and Brad Pitt for leading role. Because I know I just said it, but I did think that's Brad Pitt's movie. Ensemble.
That's fair enough.
But I don't know, swap them around. I would have said.
That's fair enough. But when Joaquin Phoenix, he looked visibly annoyed by the whole thing when he come up and did his acceptance speech. He talked about, the lack of diversity in the nominations, which is, fair enough. I've heard people say that it wasn't his call to make, but the only people.
It's a point.
But when people say it,
Yeah.
like people don't say it enough, and when they do, they're not really backed up. Which is why, because they did Best Actor before Best Actress, and he said all this, and then when Renée Zellweger came up, she just sort of, as she should, just thanked the people that had helped her in her career, but just sort of everyone glossed over it, even though they'd sort of been applauding, his. Rants against racism, like not more than 5-10 minutes ago.
Right. Okay.
He came up and said, it's almost like we're sending a message saying to people of colour that you're not welcome here, because this is not the first time that this has happened, and I can also say that I'm part of the problem because I haven't done enough in my power to, put across to make sure there's an equally diverse set of film production as I could have, and the only people that can dismantle the system is us, as we're the ones that have set it up. It was basically just what I'm paraphrasing. So he said all that, and there was obviously rapturous applause because it is unfortunate that the award. It's not just the BAFTAs; it's also
all
the Oscars. It's the Golden Globes. It's every award ceremony because it's a committee of people that are inducted in at a certain age, and they just get older, and you don't get out of it until you die, basically. It's the same stale old white powerful men in filmmaking that have the same voice and the same opinions, and they'll always outweigh the people that are different and have newer and fresher ideas. Because apparently no academy apparently saw Us,
Really?
Apparently,
Oh. Jeez.
the Academy didn't, and I'm assuming no one else did because no one has voted for us for anything. Not
Which is a shame.
Lupita Nyong'o for her main role, Winston Duke, the kids in that film.
Did Get Out get anything for that year? Like for
I think it
2017?
did, but Jordan Peele not even being nominated for Best Director. You didn't have Greta Gerwig being nominated for Best Director for Little Women, but you had her nominated for Best Screenplay.
Of all these other things. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
It's a corrupt system that when Prince William come to present the Fellowship Award, did say any Fellowship? I think he did. Yeah, he always does Fellowship, and then they bring out the people or whatever, blah 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 blah. That what was it? What was it presented by? I don't actually know, but he said that they will be having a full look into what they can do to might move it forward in the coming years to actually have a more dark, because
right, yeah.
as much as people have also said that just because it is a person of colour or a woman or people from different backgrounds or whatever, just because they're them doesn't mean they should get a nomination, which I get to a point, but also they're not even looking at those people anyway, so how are they ever expected to win an award when
they're not even
giving
getting
them
nominated?
Yeah, they're not even given a chance and even looking at their performances or taking into account their work that they're doing.
Because, like you say, with Us, that is a good film. I'm surprised I didn't get, like you say, no nomination for anything.
Yeah.
Should have got nominated for something.
Should have got nominated for Best Director, for the cast performances from Winston Duke and Lupita Nyong'o. The kids also
Even if it
in
didn't
that.
win, but as long as it got nominated.
Yeah.
As long as it was up there for grabs.
But then don't just nominate it for this, because that's what Black Panther was like, look guys, see, we're pretending we're inclusive, and then they've gone backwards by just going, and...
That didn't happen, yeah.
Like the people that are presenting the awards at the Oscars, there's more people of colour presenting the awards than there are nominated. And it's disgusting, and Hollywood is meant to be an all-welcoming place, everyone who has an idea can come here and make what they want. But you won't win an award unless you're a rich old white man. That's why people were joking that that's why Joker got so many nominations, because they thought Thomas Wayne was the hero.
Good God.
Arseholes.
Oh, good God.
Best Director, we had Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, Todd Phillips for Joker, Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, and it was won by Sam Mendes for 1917. Someone really enjoyed that outside.
That was really.
I wouldn't have minded if Bong Joon-ho had won it, because obviously it sends more of a message for South Korean cinema and the whole aspect of the Asian community in general.
Have you heard of Old Boy? Because I think that's a South Korean film from a few years ago that got popular. Or that was one that was worth watching.
The name triggers something in my head, but I don't actually know what it is. What's it about?
The original is a South Korean.
The original, you
foreign
might
thing.
say.
But then there was a remake a few years with Chris
English one.
Hemsworth or Chris Pine. Chris Hemsworth.
They did that for the girl with the dragon tattoo as well, didn't
American People, yeah.
they? They did the Swedish remake.
Well, even Scarlett Johansson might have been in it.
Scarlett Johansson's in
random.
everything.
Like 2013 or something. It was a remake.
But she can't play people that have transitioned because she thinks she can. But let's actually cast some transitioning people in the role of Scarlett. Think before you open your mouth. But Sam Mendes, obviously great direction for its piece of it being a one shot. Worked really well.
Literally stalk you with a camera. That's the sort of movie.
It would literally just rotate or lift or lower, and it wasn't just extreme camera angles. It was just one thing, and it added so much tension.
How
and
many
drama.
shots did the whole thing? Like when the camera cut? How many camera cuts did we have?
I spotted about 4.
4, Jesus.
There must have been more because, like he said when he come up to accept for it was either best director or for the next one, that he, the real hero was the editor.
Right.
Whatever his name was.
He didn't get a mention.
I apologise.
He didn't get Did he get nominated for best editing?
I don't know. I don't know. Probably not. He probably got nominated and didn't get it.
No, he did not get nominated at all.
Didn't get nominated at all.
For best editing.
That's how good it was. They didn't think they had an editor.
Yeah, he did.
Best film, the main one. Parasite, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Joker, The Irishman, but it was won by 1917. Pippa Harris, Callum McDougall, Sam Mendes, and Jane Ann Tenagin. Tangerine.
Tangerine, yes, yeah.
So we had, what was it? 1917 win 7, Joker win 3, Parasite win 2. Great night for British film when you think about 1917 winning. I think the best film's always a weird one because it's like, is it?
It's subjective as well.
It is.
It is
It is very much opinion based. Is it whether it's the best film you saw, the best film for cinema that year, which then I would think that Avengers Endgame should be in there because it is now the most successful film of all time and broke so many box office records. Exactly.
Is it a film that you enjoyed the most? Doesn't necessarily have to be like the 10 out of 10, like flawless edited
people
masterpiece.
could say like they enjoyed, like what was it?
Hobbs and Shaw for me is one of the
there's an
movies.
enjoyment in that. Like it's just it
ain't nowhere near the best movie.
That's why I don't think best film is
literally the best film. Yeah.
It's something that needs to be reworked.
Yeah,
because it's never sort of been one thing or another. It's always been like, is it an artsy award contention film, or is it just like something that tells a good story and makes you? I think Endgame should, just for the amount of characters being juggled in that film and being the end of a saga,
should
essentially.
have at least got nominated for that. Yeah,
but needs must. And I think there's many more films that came out that year that I can think of, like Rocket Man, especially for being the first mainstream big studio film to have a homosexual love-making scene on film.
Yes.
That was the first time. So, there's a lot of things. We got obviously the 2 special awards. Outstanding British Contribution to Cinema was won by Andy Serkis, presented to him by Sir Ian McKellen.
Okay.
For all his roles starting from Gollum and developing his
Caesar, Planet of the Apes stuff.
Developing his visual effects company that he's worked very hard on, and like he says in his speech, it wasn't a recognised performance medium, but now it is. They are just as important because real actors can do it, and it's forwarded British cinema, which it has, and the fellowship for basically Lifetime Achievement Award was given to the Lucasfilm president herself, Kathleen Kennedy. For producing some of the best films that probably have formed us and our opinions as film buffs. Back to the Future, Raiders of the Lost Ark, obviously been involved with Lucasfilm and Star Wars, and many other films besides.
Many other films.
And, she's does great work for the feminism in terms of her department and in terms of the studio, because there's a lot more women working in that sector now. And hopefully she can push on for more diversity because it's important.
It's key.
Diversity is key. Even though they won Britain's Got Talent a long time ago.
And they're still not around.
It's a joke. Well, they're all dotted around doing some things, I don't know.
Some things. Not quite A-list.
But that was the BAFTAs, and that was a sombre affair in terms of years gone by. I think it gets more noticeable how corrupt the industry is as you get older.
You say
as you
politically
have more
correct, but it isn't politically correct.
Yeah, it's very much politically incorrect. As a corporation, you see it more as you get older, especially with us being film connoisseurs.
Especially this year now, yeah.
You see just how, because you can name a couple of films that was immediately better than that.
I was just, again, the film which just baffled me is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm not saying it's a bad film by any means, but is it really
you always know
the holy grail film that the Oscars and the BAFTAs and every other thing has made it out to be? I personally don't think.
No.
I've only seen it the one time.
But you know that it being a Tarantino movie, it's going to be up
It's going to get mentioned, sure. It's going to get mentioned, but then me not having seen none of his other works, I can't tell you if that's his best movie. I haven't seen a lot of his.
No, I think
I can't get
Django
into
Unchained,
Tarantino.
Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill Volume 1, Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs, yeah.
He's made better things, but it's time will tell,
Subjective.
as it always does, whether when we revisit this kind of situation with the Oscars is it the end of the month?
I
think it's the end of the month.
Tell me. I thought you said something was on in May. That's TV, isn't it?
May's the BAFTA Television Awards, yeah. So we'll see.
Doctor Who get nominated for Best Show of the Year. Jodie Whittaker, Best Actress. No,
I don't think it will.
No.
It's proved.
Did he get nominated for anything last year, Doctor Who?
Not last year, and I don't think Jodie's had a nomination. Apart from maybe at the end, the National Television Awards, but I'm not 100% sure. Because everyone just hates her because she's a woman.
Yeah, shame.
But we'll see how the rest of the award season pans out, and if that makes any particular difference. I don't think it will. If anyone stands up for Because all fair play to Joaquin Phoenix, like not
For doing that.
not his country and not his award board. You know, like they're not like the ones that he has to be held accountable for. But he's stepping
He
up.
went out
He's
of his
saying
way. Yeah.
saying what he believes about that kind of thing. And you know, unfortunately, not many people speak up about it. So we'll have to. Hopefully, more people raise their voice and their concerns, and we'll see if and when that does have an effect on the film industry as a whole. Because it's not nice for not everyone to be included. I mean, I know people say like, yeah, it shouldn't guarantee them a nomination, but when they're working so hard and their work's not being recognised, I think that's just
It's even more
it's
hurt.
such a- yeah, it's a
more
personal
hurting
insult,
than not
really.
winning. Yeah, it's hurting and not winning the award.
Yeah.
Like, not that everyone's in it to win it, but yeah.
you know, not everyone makes it for an award, but like just to have your work
have healthy competition,
yeah,
of course.
and to have your work just recognised as just what it is, a piece of art that you're trying to tell a good story, because that's all
it's all
that we are.
opinions. Yeah, just
But
pieces of art.
We'll see what happens with that. We'll see what the last episode before the Stealth 3-part Cybermen story has to hold.
Still free part.
And we'll talk about more Margot Robbie next week.
We certainly will. Yeah.
And Connor will be older than he is now.
Yes.
I mean, when
In
you
that new
listen,
incarnation.
when they listen to this, you'll be older anyway.
I'll be Joe Martin.
You'll be Joe Pasquale.
Joe Pasquale.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, episode 80. What are we? 80? Will it be 80 next week? Is that right?
84.
Wait. 84. I keep thinking we're on 79.
You're stuck in a time loop.
Time for me has stopped.
Time has flown by.
Yeah,
Is it because you've been in a chameleon arch?
Um,
You're actually played by Joe Martin.
Derek Jacobi.
We just didn't know. Oh, Derek
Derek
Jacobi
Jacobi.
was great.
Yeah.
That was my granddad's point of reference because he watched Spyfall with me, like weeks after, and he was like, "What? So he's like Derek Jacobi?" I was like, "Yes." Even though like
Technically, yes.
Even though we saw 3 minutes of him, and that was the best new Who master we've ever seen.
Oh, absolutely.
Like yes,
And Big Finish backs that up
Derek
even more.
Jacobi.
Back finish, big
Back finish, big back finish.
Big back finish backs that up.
Baby
even
got
more.
big back finish. We've got what have we got soon? We got the Doctor Who Series 5 Steelbook comes out
What, in like a month?
next week.
Oh, next week. Oh,
So I think it's the 10th.
I keep thinking about the Patrick Troughton Steelbooks. Yeah, Fury from the Deep and Macro Terror. Oh no, not Macro Terror. The other one.
The faceless ones.
I can't remember if they actually do have release dates.
They should do. Check them now before we leave.
I will quickly.
I will just waffle on about stuff.
They don't.
The reverse the polarity of the neutron flow
They don't.
was actually only said, I think, twice on the screen by John Pertwee's Doctor, but was then
The full quote.
automatically assumed to be his catchphrase.
The full quote, I think, was said once.
He said, "Fuck's sake, Joe, reverse the polarity of the neutron flow."
Exactly.
Was that it? God damn it, Joe, you're
full
fucking
quote.
useless.
No, they both.
God
not
damn
got
it,
released.
Brigadier, I hope your corpse gets paraded inside a Tin Man when I'm Peter Capaldi.
That'd be great. That would have been an image to see. That would have been an image to see.
It would have been.
But no, they both certainly don't have a release date, which is unfortunate.
Which one's meant to... Do we know which one's meant to be out first?
Whatever got announced, I think Faceless Ones got announced first.
Yeah.
So I would presume that one is going to be out first. And then Faceless...
You don't know the true power of the dark side. I know that March is when we get the steelbook for Series 12, which does include Resolution, so I don't have to buy Resolution.
Thank goodness.
But
the question-
I want some artwork
but the
because I don't want it to
question-
just be blue.
Oh, yeah, that'd be terrible. The question is, though...
John Barrowman's face.
Oh, he could be on the inside or on the back of it. I don't know. He could be on the back.
It'd
Be like,
just be
"This is
him
what-"
like that.
Yeah.
Graham in glasses.
Would the resolution only be in the steelbook though as a catch to get people to buy the steelbook?
No, it's in the
Series 12
the
standard.
Series 12
Standard,
issue
yeah.
as standard. So like with the complete Series 12, you get in Resolution of the Daleks, and then we get season 2014.
In April in 2014, 6 years ago,
April, Jesus. The reissue on March the 2nd of season 12.
March the 2nd. Yeah.
Season 26 is good, man. If you haven't like bought the collection, you have a chance to re-get the first one.
to at least get this season. Well, because I think the rest are surely out of print. Sure.
I know
Because
that
even season 23, sorry to cut you off, season 23 is free offers for 50 quid. There's only
that's
three
not
left.
bad because I've seen offers for season 10
Yeah.
to be over 100.
Yeah.
And because that's the thing with the limited edition prints, which the same has happened, I think, for the earlier Doctor Who steelbook. Because I know Series 9 steelbook, EOG 2015, went out of print, which I didn't get, which really annoys me, and I hope they redo it. But I think the Series 10 one's out of print. I don't know if the Series 11 one is. There's probably loads of them because like idiots didn't want to buy it because they thought it would stick it to the man. But I think the Series 1... I think there's still some Series 1 and 2 floating about somewhere. Series 3 steelbook I've still seen in HMV. 4 I still think's on general sale, and so is
Did you say
specials.
Ant-Man 1 and Guardians 1 are in HMV?
That's what I'd heard because everything else has been released.
But every time I go on Amazon, it comes up with like the foreign
Doctor Strange is out. Cause that's
I know
on
Doctor
Amazon.
Strange is released, yeah. Doctor Strange is definitively out.
You'll have to get to your local...
I know.
Your local store and have a butcher's.
If they are, I need to look. I need to get them.
Yeah, get them.
And Captain Marvel.
And get the steelbook of The Meg, because that's great.
But only one copy they've got left of it.
For £4 more than the normal 4K, like you would. It's what I'm going to do for Shazam, is I want the lightning logo on his chest in big metal form.
Big metal form.
But yeah, I implore people to watch the John Nathan Turner documentary on the season 26 box set.
Is that a new? It's a new one, isn't it?
It is a new one. It's done
new.
Copyright 2019. It's done like BBC Studios. Take my hat off to you because it was emotive. It made me cry because it was very.
How long was it? An hour?
I think it was about an hour. Yeah, talks about his early days starting to obviously. It has even like clips of his last ever interview.
Oh, okay.
And like the bit that sort of like got me because like so in his last ever interview where he looks physically really ill,
Right.
and they're like, what does John Nathan Turner think of the Doctor Who now? And he goes, obviously, it's not been part of my life for many years.
Oh.
But I'd like to be remembered as the man who kept it going rather than the man who ended it.
Yeah, okay.
And then that fades into the Christopher Eccleston intro and the BBC News announcement that he was, I think, he died a year before the announcement that he was coming back. And it's all people saying, like, he'd have said, yep, we'd have done that if they'd given us the money. That's exactly what we would have done.
Oh.
And it's a very somber thing, and I like it a lot. Oh. And obviously, you know, got the OG survival documentaries from the DVD on there.
Endgame. I want to watch again. I think I watched that anyway.
Yes,
Endgame.
I watched that. That was good.
Season 26.
Then and now.
Or season 27, rather.
Behind the sofa. Yeah, the season 27 stuff's great. The writers' table.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Really good. Yeah, because that's because I'd mentioned that last week, like the original stuff of that, and they go over some of the details, like the main strokes. But there's articles on missing or unproduced Doctor Who episodes on Wiki. They've got loads of them, and there's a few in New Who. There's some for the first series. There's a lot of Tennant ones, a couple of Smith ones, and I don't think there's many Capaldi ones.
But they didn't get.
But they've also got the unproduced spin-off ones as well. Like you got a couple of Torchwood and Sarah Jane's, like especially the second half of Series 5, Sarah Jane's as well. But good, the internet can be a good place, and you can make it so by clicking like on this video and subscribing to Pasty Sheep.
Yeah.
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Pasty Sheep YouTube channel. We'll make that video as soon as we get a camera.
At some point.
At some point, when people send me money, because I'm not going to pay for it on my own.
No.
We'll get a capture card first because that's just easier and cheaper than £700.
Okay.
We'll have a proper camera. Don't worry, viewers. You'll see our faces. It's coming. The end is near.
Pennywise is here. Yeah. Pennywise will
Why
be
did
here.
the chicken cross the road? But obviously, leave a like, a comment, subscribe, a share, get our analytics up and our numbers up because we switched to a brand account and I had to do all the comments again. So I will reply to you.
Manually.
If you send me a comment, I will reply. Also, if you send us an email, we'll read it. Where can they email us, Connor?
nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com.
Exactly. Connor wants to read some stuff. He's just sent me something sitting next to me.
No, because
I've just
my phone went.
On my way.
Yeah, my phone
You're sitting next to me.
I don't
Jesus.
know. Technology is acting weird. That was weird.
Connor's on his way. So who are you?
Whether you like it or not.
I'm from an alternative universe where Pasty Sheep has more than
Who am
107
I?
subscribers.
Who are you?
What am I? Who am I? That documentary on that They went on the Sylvester McCoy era when they starts off a Time of the Rani is great because it's literally just Sylvester McCoy taking the piss out of himself. It's like he started off a bit fumbly and sort of like funny man. I don't know why I went for an Irish accent, but yeah, Pasty Sheep. That's us.
And it always will
Subscribe.
be us. Yeah.
Watch other videos, like them, because the analytics are a bit down on this one because we're still on 7 and it's Wednesday.
Huh.
But we normally get good figures. We've one of the BritBox one's gone over 50, so
Okay,
people
there
like
we
that
go.
one.
There we go. Oh.
Yeah.
BritBox is trending.
Yeah, exactly. We're changing the world one step at a time, and the more you follow us on @PastyCheap on all of our social media,
The quicker everything will happen.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Tweetor.
get our followers up and get involved in the conversation because then we can answer it. Because we love a debate because everything's futile and pointless, and we're all going to die one day. So you might as well have some fun. You might as well have some fun.
Live the birthday wishes while you got them.
Look, I'm being real with you, Connor, because we're all going to die
I
one day.
appreciate
So you might
realism.
as well spend our
Every
our
time.
finite amount of time before we waddle off this
Pass
mortal
out.
plane into death.
Into
talking
the
about-
afterlife.
Talking about our favourite things, because that's why we do this. Because we've got to do something we enjoy.
Yes.
'Cause
While it lasts.
The country's going to shit, so we might as well have fun.
Yeah.
But happy birthday, Connor. I hope you're not depressed.
No, I'm not. Spoiler alert, I'm not. I'm fine. I'll turn up next week. I will turn up next week.
We need to get you a robe and dress you up as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes, on camera. Yes, we do.
Goodbye.
And stay pasty. And happy birthday to anyone. If this video comes out on the Sunday, or if it is today, the 5th, I don't know, it is the 4th.
Your birthday's the 6th, but yes, it is the 5th today.
It is the 5th. Yes. Well, happy birthday anyway. And
Anyone who has a birthday this week, happy birthday. Tweet us and Connor will read it out next week.
Live on the air.
Yes,
Yes. All right. Stay pasty, folks.
for real this time.